Multi-cloud environments have become the enterprise standard, but they've also created security complexity that most organizations struggle to manage effectively. The promise of cloud flexibility comes with the reality of managing security across AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, all of those, and often hybrid on-premise connections to go with that. Each platform has a different security model, different native tools, and different operational requirements. Most enterprises end up with security gaps between platforms and visibility blind spots that attackers exploit. I'm Jason Osborne, co-founder at Black Lake Security. We specialize in removing the guesswork from cloud security environments, whether you operate across multiple cloud providers or complex hybrid architectures. Today, I want to share practical approaches for building true security reliance in multi-cloud environments. The fundamental challenge with multi-cloud security isn't technical complexity. It's achieving consistency security posture across fundamentally different platforms while maintaining the operational flexibility that drove cloud adoption in the first place. Each cloud provider approaches security differently. Azure, AWS, all of them, Google. They all have their own emphasis in project-based isolation and service accounts and their various ways of managing them. When you're operating across all three, plus on-premise systems, maintaining consistent security policies becomes extremely complex. We worked with a Fortune 500 financial services client who had applications running across AWS, Azure, and on-premise data centers. That's not that uncommon. What they discovered, they had 3 different identity management systems to go with that, 5 different monitoring solutions on top of that, and no unified way to track data movement between environments. A complex audit revealed that they couldn't consistently answer basic questions about data location and access controls. The visibility problem compounds quickly. Traditionally, security tools weren't designed for multi-cloud environments. Networking monitoring that worked in AWS doesn't necessarily translate to Azure. Identity and access management that functions on-premise often breaks down in cloud environments. Many organizations end up with security tool sprawl that creates more problems than it solves. Cloud misconfigurations represent another significant risk. Each platform has different default settings and security options. What's secure by default in one cloud might be wide open in another. We regularly find organizations with properly secured AWS environments and completely exposed Azure storage accounts completely because the security teams didn't understand the platforms, the differences, which business groups were using what services. Effective multi-cloud security requires a unified architecture approach that provides consistent policies visible across all environments while respecting the unique characteristics of each platform. The foundation is unified identity and access management. Instead of managing separate identity systems for each cloud provider, establish a centralized identity governance that can federate to all your cloud environments. This means implementing identity providers that can enforce consistent access policies, whether the users are accessing AWS, Azure, or on-premise systems. We helped a manufacturing client implement unified IAM across AWS, Azure, and their on-premise Active Directory environment. The result was a single sign-on for all users, consistent access policies across all platforms, and a centralized audit trail that satisfied compliance requirements across multiple regulatory frameworks. And most importantly, a unified experience that didn't impact business operations. That was the biggest part with our customer. They wanted to make sure that they were able to go into the future without impacting operations or making it more painful than it already was. Network security in multi-cloud environments requires thinking beyond traditional perimeter models, especially when you want to talk about the customer experience. Cloud-native networks are software-defined and highly dynamic. Your security architecture needs to provide consistent network policies regardless of where workloads are running. This often means implementing zero-trust networking principles that authenticate and authorize every connection, whether it's between the cloud services or from the user's application. Zero trust. Data loss prevention becomes critical when data moves between cloud environments. You need to maintain visibility and control over sensitive data regardless of which cloud platform it's stored in or processed on. This requires DLP solutions that understand cloud-native storage and can enforce policies consistently across AWS, S3, Azure, blob storage, cloud, on and on, on and on. The key is vendor-agnostic security, solutions that provide unified management without forcing you into a single cloud provider's ecosystem. Your security tools should enhance cloud flexibility, not constrain it. And it should work off of a single sheet of music, not multiple books when you're talking between your business departments. Building resilience in multi-cloud environments requires operational practices that can maintain security effectiveness even when individual cloud services or entire cloud regions experience disruptions. Monitoring and logging across multiple cloud platforms presents unique challenges. Each cloud provider has different logging formats, different retention policies, and different analysis tools. Enterprise resilience requires centralized logging that can correlate events across all your cloud environments and provide unified incident response capabilities. We implemented centralized security monitoring for a healthcare client recently, operating across AWS and Azure with hybrid connections to on-premise facilities. The unified monitoring platform could correlate authentication events in Azure with application activity in AWS and network traffic for on-premise systems. This comprehensive visibility enables them to detect and respond to sophisticated attacks that span multiple environments. Configuration management becomes critical for maintaining security consistency as cloud environments scale. Automated configuration management ensures that security policies are consistently applied regardless of which team deploys resources or which cloud platform they choose. This approach will help maintain security baseline while allowing teams the flexibility to innovate. Incident response in multi-cloud environments requires playbooks that account for the complexities of distributed systems. When a security incident spans multiple cloud environments, your response team needs tools and procedures to provide rapid containment across all affected environments. This might mean simultaneously isolating compromised resources in AWS while preserving evidence in Azure and maintaining business continuity through on-premise backup systems. Business continuity planning must account for cloud provider dependencies. True resilience means your security operations can continue even if one cloud provider experiences significant outages. This requires backup security monitoring, alternative communication channels, and procedures for rapidly shifting critical workloads between cloud environments. Building security resilience in multi-cloud environments requires moving beyond platform-specific security tools to unified architectures that provide consistent protection across all your cloud and on-premises systems. The organizations succeeding in multi-cloud security are those who invest in vendor-agnostic solutions and develop operational practices that embrace complexity rather than trying to eliminate it. At Black Lake Security, we specialize in designing and implementing unified security architectures for complex, multi-technology enterprise environments. Whether you're operating across AWS, Azure, Google platform, or managing hybrid environments, we can help you build security resilience that supports your business objectives while protecting against evolving threats. If you're struggling with multi-cloud security complexity, reach out to us. Discuss how our Clarity Now methodology can bring transparency to your cloud security architecture. We'd love to hear from you.